way. What a way.
Whoa.
To start the show.
Hi. Welcome to the show. We're out of breath.
I cannot believe that just happened. I mean, yes, I can. That was all my fault.
Well, because I decide to drive. Let's explain it. I decide to drive into the city. I just like it better. I get to listen to my music, whatever. But the price to pay...
And you don't know how to take the train.
I can't take the train. It gives me major anxiety. So the price to pay is that you have to find parking in the city. So Emily has to actually come out of her house and parallel park my car every single time.
Because I am a top.
Yeah, and we are trying to be conscious of Pete's time as well, so we wanted to get some quick parking.
Right, so, and I live on the Upper West Side, so Sophia got here and I was like, it's always free parking up here, it's fine.
Yeah.
So then she was pulling in and Pete was setting up and I was like, Fee, you know what? There's a spot, the apartment below me in my building has a driveway.
Look at us, we're sweating
I'm
profusely.
sweating, I have major lip sweat. The apartment below me has a driveway and they always have a cone out front. And when I was moving in, someone came and knocked on my dad went outside. A furniture delivery was here, Raymore and Flanagan. And he was outside and that woman, I guess, came out of the house and was like, did you block my driveway last night? And my dad was like, no, I wasn't even here. And she was like, all right, well, if you see the cone, don't move it.
So this has happened before.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I just found that out.
Yeah, and I still made the decision to tell you.
You were
just park in
and I was
front
like,
of the
I'm not
driveway.
going to get a ticket because I always get a ticket. I drive in all the time, but I always get a ticket. So we decided to write a little note. We moved the cone, park my car. We write a little note in lip liner. That's why I have no lipstick on, because we used lip liner to write... Be right back, picking up daughter, this lady.
Yeah. No, I wrote picking up daughter, be right out.
And this lady starts buzzing and Emily's like, just ignore it. We didn't even think that
yeah. She buzzed the apartment and but the thing is we parked the car where if you really had to get out, she could have got off the curb.
I looked. I don't think it wasn't easy to get out.
Okay. Well, I just want to believe that I'm not a monster.
No, she was a monster, but it wasn't easy to get out.
So we wrote a be right out, and then someone buzzes my apartment as we're setting up, and I was just like, "Who's that?" And as I said that to you guys in my head, I was like, "That's the car," and I was like, "I'm no not." Clue. I was decided.
Like, it's an intruder.
Well.
I got scared.
Yeah, I got scared. But then in a split second, I was like, oh, it's about the car. And then I was like, I made the executive decision in my head to not tell you guys because I was like, I just simply will not deal with this right now.
That was how you dealt with it? You were like, we're just going to ignore it and let Sophia's car sit there.
Well, because I was like, it was really, I do that about a lot of things sometimes is when there's a crisis, I just choose oh, no, there's not. And if I ignore it, it'll go away. But then she
got in.
She got in. Well, it's her building.
Oh.
So I don't know why she buzzed, but I guess they don't have a key to the building.
She seemed to know exactly where we were. Yeah. She came marching in, banging on the door, and Emily, she's outside the door.
And
Emily,
we're sitting here literally about to press record.
Emily is just like, no, we were just about to record. And she's like, hello.
And I was like,
hello?
Guys, don't answer it. and then Pete.
Of course, Pete.
The greatest of all time, the goat.
The goat. He comes in hot.
Gets up and goes and opens the door, and this frantic woman,
she was so mad,
is like, is that your car outside? And then instantly she just hears us in the back and go, oh, yeah.
And now I have to play Emily's daughter. Now we're role playing. Now we're
picking up my daughter.
I'm straight up laughing because I'm just there's a note and Emily's wearing this tube top.
I'm in a tube top.
Emily's my mom and we're walking to the car and we have to do the walk of shame past them.
Holding the keys. What if we would have said, no, that's not my car?
And she's like, there's a cone there for a reason.
Oh yeah. She was like, yeah. She said, there's a cone there. And she was like, there's a cone there for a reason. This is an emergency. And I was like, oh my God, genuinely, I'm so sorry. I didn't, because I was like,
emergency,
oh shit.
Do you think?
Well,
do you think she was lying?
I mean, when we walked outside, her husband, I guess, and daughter were sitting on the stoop, just sulking, bored. And then we get in the car to move it. And I was like, I'm sorry. And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry too. About me. And then I chose the route of I'm not going to feed into your bullshit. I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry.
I laughed at her. I couldn't help but just laugh at the woman.
Yeah. Well, she was a little bit berserk. If I'm going to use the word berserk, it's now.
She was going bananas out there.
Yeah. But she had every right to. That was so dickish of us to write a note in lip liner
Honestly,
that says, picking up my daughter.
As we're walking back, we didn't realize they were still outside, so we're just talking shit about them.
Well, so we moved the car and we went around to a different block, parked, got yelled at that spot, found a different spot. And then as we're walking back, I was like, what a cunt. And like screaming. Because we thought emergency, she's gone.
We should put 2 cones there next time. Or we should move, they put 2 cones.
They put 2 cones.
They put 2 cones
and
instead
then
of 1.
I commented on it. I was like, look, they have 2 cones now. And then as we're walking, I see they're still sitting on the steps. And I was like, clearly she heard everything. Did you hear what I said, Pete?
And
okay.
you said, you okay, Pete? Yeah. Like Pete wasn't okay. Like there was an emergency with them, but you were like, you okay, Pete? I just want to make sure you're okay, Pete.
Well, Pete came outside, probably like rightfully so, because there's commotion, and then I saw her and I was so nervous that she heard me just shit talk her. So I had to divert my attention and go, Pete, you good? You okay? And then they were just like staring and I was like, sorry again. And she was like, thank you.
Oh my gosh, she was really
she's outside the door right now, isn't she?
She's eavesdropping the whole thing. She like comes in, peeks her head in, and we have our headphones on. We have like this ring light. We got Pete. We got sound, and we're like, what?
Wait, it totally looked like we were about to film a porno in our building.
It's always a porno.
I'm in this tube top. You've got straps everywhere, and then Pete is just here with headphones.
Oh, we're like, excuse me, what? Sorry, there's a cone. We're trying to film something
Dude,
here.
She stepped inside.
She's like fucking
she
out of
stepped
her,
inside
she's out of
my
her
house.
She's out of her mind. We should park there again and again and again every week. We're gonna keep parking there. Is that her again?
Did you hear that? No,
it's the spirits.
It's the spirits. Wait, the craziest part is that like you just know, and because I'm like this too. She was so angry about the car, but you know that as soon as we opened the door and like answered, there was a part of her that was like, I want to see what this apartment looks like.
Oh,
and then, like,
she's like, what is this one like?
Yeah. You always want to know what the other apartments in your building look like.
Oh my god, what an amazing start!
Wow. I mean, I am wiped.
I wasn't expecting to be sweating and running. Before. Like, I didn't expect that. I'm not capable. I just got over the worst sickness. We were both sick.
Yes. Yeah, I had food poisoning.
We lived a whole another life in 1 week.
We did. It's been like almost 2 weeks because of all the hiccups.
Oh my gosh.
We were
supposed to record twice. Poor Pete. He's always
we
ready.
canceled on Pete twice.
And we keep canceling because Emily had a terrible...
Well, no. The first time we canceled was because you texted me on my way, and 20 minutes later, I got a text from Sophia. I just pulled over and threw up outside of the car.
So I was like really adamant about getting to Guffanti. So my whole day I was prepping, you know? I was like prepping. I was like, I don't feel good today, but I'm going to take a nap. You know, I'm going to do some meditation. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just like make myself feel better. So I took like a 5-hour nap. And then I was like, you know what? I'm ready to go. I like convinced myself that I was going to be ready for Guffanti.
This is literally, Sophia, it's your human condom karma.
No, it is my human condom karma.
Because you tried to affirm health.
All of it.
You can't do that.
No, all of it keeps happening. After the human condom joke, nobody's a human condom, okay? If you listen to episode 1, nobody's a human condom. I just attracted so much negativity from that.
No, not negativity. I think it was the universe's way of going like, hey,
I was on my way here and I was like I was so dizzy and discombobulated that I was driving in circles. Like I was trying to get here and I kept driving in circles because I didn't even know where I was. I was trying to follow my GPS and I couldn't. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm going to pass out right before Guffanti.
I know. And I felt so bad for you because
pulled over, projectile vomited on the road. And I was like, I'm going to do a U-turn and hit the Medi-Merge.
Yeah, I got to go to urgent care.
And so
now, that is an emergency.
No, it wasn't. That was an emergency.
This parking
what
thing
that bitch did was not an emergency.
We should invite her in to be a guest on the show.
She's going to be our first guest.
Oh my God. Also, welcome to Guffanti Brunettes. This is Guffanti Brunettes episode 2.
Yeah.
We were so flustered before starting, but thank you for listening to Guffanti Brunettes. I'm Emily.
I'm Sophia.
And Pete
Goat
is on sound. And
Anyway. And welcome. This is the start of the episode.
That was just the intro.
Sophia,
Tell everybody. So you threw up on the side of the road. Mm-hmm. and then you went to urgent care.
I went to urgent care.
And what were the 4 diagnoses?
So
that you
this
got?
actually let's like backtrack because what happened?
Take me back.
What happened first of all was I went on a date. I thought that I should. Do you know what I'm talking about a little bit? Yeah. It goes down from there. I went on a date and I was like, you know what? I need to get out there. Everyone's been telling me, you know what? You just need to like start dating. Don't feel bad about it. Just start dating. So I go on a date. I end up getting trashed because, you know, like when you're like a little nervous, so you just keep drinking.
Every Hinge date.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I just keep drinking and drinking and drinking, and I end up blacking out.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up in his apartment, and then I drank more in the morning, and I just see empty bottles all over this guy's apartment, like empty bottles.
Yeah,
like,
you texted me that morning.
so, and I was
sending
sending you
of Prosecco.
pictures, and then we get like more to drink, and so my body had to recover from that. It was just like nonstop drinking.
Well, and then you went to work that day.
I went to work. I only had 2 hours of sleep.
And you were pissed drunk.
I know. How bad is that?
It's not bad.
My boss knew.
Really? That you were drunk?
She was like, listen, I don't want you to get fired. So you're going to take a few drinks of water. You're going to take a mint. And she's like, and you're going to get to work. And I was like,
You got to keep that mic by your mouth, Fee.
I'm trying. She was like, and you're going to get to work. And I was like, okay. So I had to recover from 2 hours of
That's
sleep.
really considerate of your boss.
It was
you
really
could have gotten fired on the spot.
Me and my boss are cool, you know.
She's a Pisces.
Yeah, she's a Pisces. She's cool. And she's like a medium. We should have her on the...
You're an Aquarius. You're an Aquarius. Okay.
Are you a Pisces?
He's an Aquarius.
Oh, I don't know much about Aquariuses.
That's how they like it.
Oh.
Would you say?
Secretive Pete. Pete's not a listener.
Not secretive, more just like it. You gotta really hack at the wall to get through to the emotions.
Ooh.
Or maybe not.
I kind of like that. And I kind of like that Pete's always content with just listening.
Well, Pete loves listening.
He's a
to
listener.
Us.
Of course, right, Pete?
Okay, it'd be a bad time to say no.
But anyway.
Yeah.
I had to recover from that. And so I think I got my body sick. Like really sick from it.
1,000% of it. You went out with a guy, drank all night, got 2 hours of sleep, woke up on a Monday morning, started drinking again, and then went to work on your feet for 8 hours.
Now, that's not normal for me. I don't do that.
No, I know. And that's why I don't think you should say...
And then my plantar fasciitis was gone and came back.
Because of that.
Yeah, and I went on a shopping spree. I was trashed. I go into Urban Outfitters. I pick up everything in Urban Outfitters. I buy like a size 6 shoe, like $700 worth of clothes that, by the way, I had to go back the next day and embarrassingly return because I was just like trashed. I was like, yeah, you could take all this back. So embarrassing.
Yeah, that... well, it's only embarrassing if they had known that you were trashed when you bought it.
I think they did.
Okay.
I was so like my boss
No. The
smelled
people
it on
you
me.
returned it to.
Well, I think everyone knew that day. Anyone I came into contact that day knew I was drunk.
Yeah, I mean, you were sending me voice memos that were like, wait, listen. So like he has like bottles in his room or whatever you were saying. Voice memo after voice memo. I was so worried, but not worried because I knew that when it was over, you would wake up a new woman.
This is why I will never go on a date that I don't want to go on again. I was forcing myself to go on a date because people were telling me it was good for me.
Yeah, because remember we were going to maybe record that night and you're like, oh, I agreed to this date. I should go. And I was like, yeah, go on the date.
And I told you, I don't even know if I want to go. And you were like, well, Fee, like you shouldn't go if you don't want to go, but just go on the date.
Yeah, I guess dates are, I don't know how I feel about dates.
Why do people always say you need to go on a date?
You don't need to go on a date. I think you should go on dates if you want to meet new people, like if you want to date around, but there's nothing wrong with not wanting to date.
I'm guilty of giving people that advice though, because I'm always like, you need to just get out there, put yourself out there.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to mean going on dates. Like you could go to like parties or go to bars or like meet people out. Like you don't have to go on like organized, orchestrated dates.
Well, what I've learned from this is that going on dates gets me sick.
Yeah.
Really ill.
It literally makes you ill.
So after I passed out and like almost died, I didn't pass out. After I projectile vomited on the side of the road and I go to the Medi-Merge.
Right. This was 2 days later.
I didn't know what all of my problems really were. I had a UTI that lasted way too long and
That I don't understand, Sophia. When I have a UTI, I know it like within an hour.
I mean, that
and I'm
shows
in
that
excruciating pain.
I thought I was like the epitome of being an. You
I
dropped
just
the
dropped
Guffanti
on the floor. We're eating
I thought
Guffanti
I was the
Brunettes.
epitome of health and like knowing my body and being in touch with it. Well, apparently, I didn't know that my UTI was like raging. Like I had an angry UTI, and the doctor even said he was like, "We put your test in, and like it came back immediately. That means it was a really bad UTI." Not only that,
Once
I have severe sinusitis. Then I have strep throat for the third time in a month.
Yeah, that's insane.
Strep throat. Does everyone hear this? Strep throat for the third time in a month.
That's
a
unheard
yeast
of.
infection.
And a yeast infection.
How much
Streptococcus,
worse?
strep throat, raging UTI that's going to your kidneys,
Yeah.
a yeast infection.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Sinusitis. Sinusitis.
So I'm thinking, what's going on here? Do I have to get my tonsils out?
Oh, because of the strep.
Because of the strep? Did I catch something? Oh, I'm sorry. No apologies. Did I catch something from this terrible date? Because we all know I blacked out and I used human condom. I used that.
Yeah.
We all know I did that. And I had to recover from that. I felt really bad about it for days. So did I catch something from that?
I really hate
I can't attract that negativity. I'll still say it.
Fee, I made a discovery the other day.
Oh no. Is it a good one or a bad one?
I think it's an enlightening one, and you can give me your thoughts on it. But before we get to that,
Guffanti Brunettes an intervention today for me?
no,
I'm kidding.
Oh my god! But
Can you
maybe,
imagine? Maybe this is a good thing.
maybe this is
a good thing.
Okay, two things. One, I felt so bad when you were saying how much you regretted going on the date, because I feel like I've been there so many times of like, you have this experience with this person and like, you know that when you're in it, it's like self-sabotage almost. And you're like really just trying to like numb yourself and just like almost trying to be like, fuck it, what happens if I'm this bad? And like, you just do it.
And when you're drunk, everything feels so good.
Right. And like, you're like, you know what? Like when you're up so late and just like wasted, it's like, screw it. This is fuck yeah. We're up so late. It's morning. I'm not going to sleep.
Yeah.
And you're in that mode. And then the feeling of regretting that, like when you told me that you really felt so upset by it and you were in such a bad place because of it, I was like, no, like I hate that feeling. And I feel like that one, you should not, that's something you can affirm yourself out of, because that you have to go like, okay, that was a decision I made. It brought me to this new place of not wanting to do that anymore, wanting to be better. Like it brought you to this new headspace of bettering yourself.
Yeah.
And it's over, and it happened, and it's over, and you're taking care of yourself.
It.
And yeah, because I feel like that feeling is just the worst.
It's a bad one, and I didn't know how bad it was really going to be. And you know, I feel bad because I told the guy, even as drunk as I was like, listen, this is going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
We're not going to be together.
Yeah.
Our families know each other. I know you think we're meant to be. It was, you know, like the stars were aligned. And I'm like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But in a guy's head, they're like, oh yeah, this
you
is
just
a challenge.
watch. Yeah.
This is a challenge. And I'm like, no. So I had to send him. I ghosted him for a while because I was so mad. I was mad at him. I was
He
like,
gave you like every illness.
I was like, this is your fault. Like, you got me ill.
Yeah.
Like, you got me ill. This is your fault.
But also, I will say, up until that date, you had been running on empty anyway. Like you weren't sleeping.
I know.
You were like doing so much for other people and like giving so much. You were working so
My
much.
meditations were for everyone else.
Yeah, in your meditations, you were sending everyone else energy.
so
but
true.
Who were you not sending it to?
I wasn't sending it to myself.
To yourself,
I
yeah.
wasn't sending it to myself.
Yeah, and that date was
Nobody's getting any positivity from me anymore.
No, you got to give
Everyone's
going to
feel it too. They're going to be like, oh shit, I was getting so much positivity from Sophia. Sorry, it's all mine now. I'm taking it.
You can only love
taking it
others
away.
when you love yourself. You come first.
That's so
always.
true. I have to heal my body and love myself before I can give that to anybody else.
Like retweet, 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 like favorite.
Oh my gosh.
Now here's my other thing.
Okay.
The other discovery I made. I don't know if you're gonna like this one.
All right. I don't need to.
Because you said before you were like, I don't need all of that negativity anymore.
Yeah.
You said that, right?
I did. Shit.
Wait.
We talked about this.
Yes, we did. Okay. So there was
Protecting your energy.
Okay. I'll tell
I
this
don't
to
even
Pete
believe
then.
in
It'll be
that.
new to him.
Yeah.
So Pete, the other day, someone was talking shit about me. Someone close to me was talking shit about me to Sophia. it's okay. Like there's shit going on with me and this friend right now. And they were talking shit about me to Sophia. And they said to her, honestly, I'm done with her bitch ass. I don't
And I couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah. I don't need her negative energy. About me, Pete. Me. Do I bleed any bit of negativity?
But
you hesitated, but he said no.
No,
but he said
you
no.
don't bleed any bit of negativity for other people. But I think
don't.
between you and this person,
I represent truth,
and that's hard
for them.
For them to swallow.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Saying I don't need that person's negative energy or I don't need that negative energy is such a cop-out for whatever you're dealing with.
Well,
if you are saying that you are the negative person, because if you're projecting onto somebody else that you don't need that negativity, well then why? Maybe because you're too full of negativity.
And also, if you're so positive, you could be around any negativity and you won't mirror that negativity because you're so positive and you're secure with yourself.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, and it's like, if you are in a positive place, it's all perspective.
Oh, 100%.
Somebody suddenly is not so negative anymore if you're feeling good about your life.
Yeah.
And you can handle it and you can laugh at it.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think about anybody who has said, I just don't need that negative energy. I could list off names.
Well, that's what I was saying about people saying they're protecting their energy. They're like, I need to protect my energy. Protecting your energy to me means making boundaries, you know? But a lot of
Which
people,
I'm so bad at.
A lot of people use it as like, oh, I just can't be around that person because they're too negative. That's not protecting your energy. Protecting your energy is making boundaries and being able to not allow negativity in your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I just think it can't be like, I feel like it's such a 2019 like privileged, like narcissistic thing to just be like, I shall never let negativity into my life ever. Because it's like life happens and sometimes you have to.
You know what? I'm guilty of saying this all the time.
I am too. And it's like, the more I hear it from myself and like other people, I'm like, if I heard somebody else, it was really when I saw that text where I was like, ew, I don't want to be around someone who's like, I just simply like cannot be around that negativity. It's like, ew, then get the fuck out of my face. Go find your positivity. I'm sure there's plenty of it when you're by yourself. Isn't there?
And sometimes there's just negative things in life that you're going to have to be around. And are you just going to flee the scene because of it?
Yeah.
Or are you going to deal with it?
If you do.
Are you going to deal with it? Are you going to be there for it? That means you're not going to be there for any of your friends that have an illness.
Yeah.
You know? Like, what if I had strep and you were like, sorry, Sophia.
Sorry, I just can't be around that negative.
A pound your negativity.
A pound your negativity. I just think like, if you think that you are so great that you can just decide what life throws you and it's all going to be positive, you are a loser.
Yeah.
You are a loser.
You're the biggest loser around.
You're the worst of all time.
Oh my gosh. So then you're the woat.
Then you're the woat.
Then you're the woat.
Then you're the woat.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that anymore. So going forward, we're not going to say we're not dealing with that negativity. We'll deal with it.
Yeah. Like life is going to throw you shit. And if you're going to be this like, if you are constantly talking about how positive you make your life, it clearly is missing something. Yeah. That's my latest opinion.
Yeah.
Could change in a week, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll probably keep saying it.
Yeah, but I bet now you'll probably be a little more aware of it when you say it and be like, ooh, is this me actually trying to make it true?
I'm going to be aware of it.
You know what I mean?
Did I tell you about how the doctor bullied me today?
You started to.
Oh my gosh, this doctor bullied me.
Go ahead,
He literally, so I wrote down on the paper, he was
I
like,
eat my
do you
weekend,
know how it
tell me.
asks you? It's like, do you drink at all? It always comes back to drinking with me, but he was like, do you drink at all? Like, but I put, there was alcohol abuse in my family. Cause you know how it asks you family history?
Oh.
At the doctor's office, you know, the intake
No,
form?
do I know?
Well, like in my mom's family.
Oh, okay.
Like the drug, there's always the
yeah.
drug addict on the mom's side. There's always one. So I was like, yeah, whatever. So I guess maybe it was like he thought that it was me or something. So he was like, so how often do you drink? And I was like, you know, like socially. And then he starts coming at me with like, he's like how often during the week? I was like, well, you know, like I was drinking a little bit more than usual. I was just being honest with him. I was like, I did like go, like I was drinking every day. And then he was like, he was like, honey, you have an addictive personality. And I think he thought what I wrote, like alcohol abuse on the sheet, was me. So he's like, you have an addictive personality. He was like, the reason you're getting sick is for no other reason other than you're an alcoholic.
Whoa.
He says this in front of my mom. He was like, and then...
Oh my God, your mom was in the room?
My mom was in the room. And then he starts like, I guess he was like he was an infectious disease specialist, but he was also a holistic doctor. So then he tells me the reason that I've been getting sick, he looks at my ears and he's like, how long have you had those piercings for? And I'm like, a while.
Okay, fuck holistic medicine.
This is crazy.
Sophia.
He goes,
No.
the meridians in your ear are being blocked off. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Meridians? And I had also told him like what my job was. And he goes, oh, you don't know what a meridian is? You're an esthetician, right? You work in a spa. You don't know what a meridian is? Like acupuncture? And I was like, it's not a med spa. And no, I don't know what a meridian is. He's like, well, what's in your ear, tattoos? He was like, that's all messing up the energy flow in your body. And I was like, fuck you, man.
Where is the science in that?
Crazy as shit.
Because then you should tell everybody in the world, I bet you nearly, I don't know the stat, but a lot of people have piercings.
I know, and you're gonna tell me that
and tattoos.
I got strep 3 times
because of your piercings.
Because of
What does holistic medicine even mean? Just like non-science? Just like energy and like...
I believe it, like healing from, like I believe in that stuff, but like you're going to tell me the meridians in my ear are blocking the energy flow? He was like, that's the whole reason for this sinus, nasolabio. I'm like, fuck.
Labia.
Nasolabio something. I'm like...
Your vagina?
Nasolabial folds.
Nasolabial folds.
I just couldn't believe it. He yelled at me.
I do not believe in that type. I don't believe in healing from the inside. I think if you are in a bad mental place, you will start seeing your body respond to it.
Yeah.
I believe in that. Like where your head's at, if you're dealing with something really heavy, like your body's going to respond to it. I don't believe that if you have your ear pierced, you're going to get strep 3 times a month.
That was ridiculous.
And the drinking, I could see how any doctor would be like, oh, well, maybe like you should probably cut back on, but I wouldn't be like, you have an addictive personality.
He told me I had an addictive personality, and then I
doesn't even know you.
Exactly. I was
Did you just meet him today?
I literally said to him, I was like, well, you actually don't know me. I was like, you met me 5 minutes ago. So no, I actually don't have an addictive personality.
Your life is so eventful. Like nobody else would run into like a rude doctor
like this.
My
mom was so upset. She was like, Sophia, I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that, because she told me he was the best doctor ever.
Yeah.
And then I go to him and he's bullying me. He's straight
in front of her.
In front of her. And he was like, my son has tattoos and piercings. And he was like, and it drives me crazy. And I was like, well, thank God they gotta wait. He's like, they're 30. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? Like, he was just yelling at me. I've never had a doctor yell at me like that before. And I was like, I don't think you like me that much.
You said
and
that
he
to him?
didn't even deny not liking me.
You said to him, I don't think you like
I did.
me.
I was like, I don't think you like, because I was like, I have tattoos and I have piercings. Like, I don't think you like me that much.
Oh my God. And what did he
I was like, and if my piercings are going to keep me like getting sick, that just is too bad. That's just too bad.
I have like 7 piercings and I didn't.
You don't get sick like this? No, you're not. Jinx isn't a real thing.
I know you said that, and I think that's a good point too.
That's not a real thing.
I'm really sorry about this doctor. I think that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
I can't believe he yelled at you.
Screamed at me.
And I hope you never have to deal with that again. And I hope that you realize that that's a him problem and not a you problem.
He's totally unhappy, and he was just projecting on me.
Yeah.
Projecting on me.
Projecting his insecurities.
And then at the end of that, my mom was like, doctor, do you drink? Because she was getting a little defensive. She's like, hey, this is my daughter.
Yeah.
You're treating her like your daughter. This is my daughter. She's like, doctor, do you drink? He was like, oh, I drink every night. I'm like, you're just a douchebag.
Yeah. Were you like the last appointment of the day?
And I was like, yeah, I was last appointment of the day.
He was probably.
and then I had
That's no excuse. But
yeah, I was last appointment of the day, so I got all of his wrath,
all
and
of his anger.
Yeah, he gave me everything. You know what? I think I am gonna have a bite of the Guffanti.
Fee, have some Guffanti. It's really good.
It smells like we are just like surrounded by an aroma of like gorgeous candle and like fart Guffanti, and it's awesome.
The cheese smells like absolute asshole.
It is so awesome.
But eat it because it's really good.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna.
I'm putting it on wheat thins. Pete, have some cheese if you want it. Or don't. If you don't want the cheese, don't have it. I don't want to force you to have the cheese because it does smell like total butt.
I just can't get over how crazy it is that so much can change in a week.
I had food poisoning.
Oh my God.
And what a nightmare that was.
This episode should just be called Sickness.
Sickness.
Sick.
Emergencies and sickness.
Emergency sickness.
Emergency sickness. Yeah, I haven't had food poisoning since I was like a little kid. And then I went out to dinner. I wasn't going to go out to dinner. I wasn't gonna.
I wish
and
you
then
didn't.
I went out to dinner with my old roommate, who we are in a place right now where like we're now just not living together, and we have to prove that like we value each other as friends still, which I'm more than ready to do.
And you guys are going to grow in your relationship
And
from that.
our relationship now because and I want to talk about something else after this too.
Okay,
Remind me.
Keep going.
Our relationship was the basis of it was that we were roommates. I mean, yes, we were best friends too, but like we saw each other because we lived together mostly. And then we'd go out sometimes too. But I was the one who chose to move out from living with her. So I feel like I was in a position to kind of like prove like, but I will still prove to you that I love you.
Yeah.
Which is why I couldn't bail on this dinner.
Yeah.
So I was going to dinner with her. And we went to Ruby's in the Lower East Side. Ruby's is just an Australian bistro. I've been there all the time. It's like so yummy. And I ordered this crispy chicken salad that I've gotten plenty of times before, but it came out and it looked like a Passover Seder plate. And when I say that, I mean like each ingredient in the salad was like put on the plate separately.
Interesting.
So there's like a chicken cutlet, breaded, a soft-boiled egg, a pile of lettuce, half an avocado, not even like cut, just like half an avocado
What
sitting
did they
there.
do at Ruby's
and
this
a
time?
creamed corn. Just all, I'm like literally getting nauseous talking about it.
Oh no.
No, it's like a,
It's okay. I'm always nauseous.
It was a burp. It was
My
a burp.
nausea hasn't gone away for a week. Keep going though.
well, you are on like 7 antibiotics.
I'm on everything. I'm on a steroid, an antibiotic,
Yeah.
Flonase.
Flonase. And so I eat this and I start eating the chicken and I'm like, the chicken kind of tastes like fish. But maybe it didn't. And my mom was like, you should have stopped eating it as soon as you noticed that. And I'm like, well, I didn't.
Was
And
it
now
fish?
here we are.
Was it chicken fish?
No, I don't know what it was, but I'm eating it. I'm getting really full really fast. Me and Gabby both commented on it like, what is that? That's not a salad. And so I stopped eating it because I was like, it just like did not taste right.
It's almost like they put it on the plate and they knew they were giving you food poisoning.
Yeah, it's like they were like, had a camera on me.
they were like, watch this
Watch
one
this.
get food
Yeah.
poisoning.
And then, so I wound up eating some of Gabby's pasta because I was like, fuck this. This tastes shit.
Yeah.
So then as soon as we get up to leave, I like go to take my birth control, and that's important because I threw it up later. And then I got an early period because of it, because my body's that sensitive. I miss 1 day of birth control and I get a period.
Oh, no.
So on the walk home from the restaurant, I was like walking her back to her old apartment, and I was like, Gab, I do not feel good at all. I have like such a stomach ache. And then she was like, really? And the whole time, like every 2 minutes in between conversation, I was like, oh my God, my stomach's killing me and I'm so nauseous. We're almost home. I'm like, I could really throw up. I think I might throw up.
Oh no, I'm going to throw up right now.
I know. Don't. Are you actually?
No.
Okay. We get into the apartment and it was one of those things where I was like really trying to avoid the fact that I had to throw up, and I was just like trying to sit every which way and drink Alka-Seltzer, and then at a certain point,
the worst feeling.
the worst feeling. And I said to her, I was like, do I just have to grin and bear it and throw up?
You have to.
Is that the only way out of this? And she was like, it might be. And I was like, oh my God. So I go into the bathroom, and at first I'm like, let me try and poop, because maybe it's that.
Oh, you always think a throw up's about to be a poop. You hope.
You hope it's going to come out that end and not the top end.
It always comes out both.
And that did happen at one point.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting down to try and poop, didn't happen. And then as I'm standing up, I immediately turned around. I was like, whoop. And it just, my entire meal came out. Like literally pieces of avocado. The whole thing came out in 3 big, I'm sorry, Pete. It came out in big.
The entire avocado.
The entire avocado as one.
As one.
Wrapped in the skin. Wrapped in the skin.
Just choked it up.
It just came out, and I was like, Gab, hungry? You want a grilled avocado? Have you had grilled avocado?
No,
it's really good.
sounds amazing.
Really good. With a
Sounds
little,
amazing.
you've had it, Pete?
I
It's
want it
so
after
good.
you regurgitate it.
Okay. You want my avocado
I
from
want
my
your
stomach.
avocado.
I'm growing one right now just for you.
Yeah, grow it.
Yeah, okay, I will.
There it goes. There's the voice.
There it is.
There's
There's
the
the
voice.
voice. Come back.
Hey, Texas.
So I called my mom on my way home. I'm like, so I stayed at that apartment because it was like the last week we had it. This was last week, and we just ended the lease yesterday. And I was sitting there, and I was like, I should go home. I just like can't. But so I sat, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go, Gab. And also, she like clearly had to poop and like go to bed, and I was like taking up her time, and I was like, I'm gonna get out of here.
Did Gab get sick?
Well, so I left, and I called my mom because I was feeling better. I was like, okay, I threw it up, but then my stomach was still hurting.
Yeah.
I called my mom, and I was like, yeah, I just like threw up. And she was like, really? And I stayed on the phone with her as I was going, and the more I got away, I was like, oh, Mom, I think I'm going to get sick again. And then I'm walking on the street. Oh. I go down into the subway. The subway is hot. The air is tangible. It's solid air. And I'm standing on the subway, and people were staring at me because I was standing on the subway, holding the thing, going... making such a scene of myself on the subway because if I would have looked down or like looked at anybody's face, I would have thrown up.
Oh no.
So I'm on the subway and it's like jerking around and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make it. And I get off the subway and I call my mom and I start salivating so much, and that's how you know you're about to throw up. I'm
the
like
sweet saliva.
It's just water pouring down my throat.
Oh
I'm about
my
to throw
God.
up. And I pulled over to the side and I was like, I'm not going to throw up on the street right now. So I run in my house. And then now it's like 8 p.m. I made it home. And it's like 8 p.m. And then from 8 p.m. till 5 a.m. I was in.
That's a long time.
All of my insides. By the end of it, it was like worms were coming out of me. Like little, worms.
Worms.
Coming out of my stomach.
Yucky.
As I eat this chip. Then the best part about it all was that my mom, bless her heart, John was at a show. So I was on the phone with my mom the whole time because you can't be alone for that. And I was on the phone with my mom for 2.5 hours. And by the end of it, she was like, oh, Dad's throwing up now.
Oh, no.
And I literally was like, I can't have one moment.
Oh, my dad does that too.
I can't have...
Dads get jealous.
No. My dad got so jealous that my mom was taking care of me, not him, that he literally gagged himself. My dad stuck his fingers down his throat.
Dads get jealous. God forbid you have a moment with mom.
And then all of a sudden, Dad's sick. No, but get this. It gets better. An hour later, I get a text from Mom. I'm throwing up.
Mom got jealous.
Well, but so Mom got jealous too.
They both got jealous.
I know. Like, and then like the whole next day. Yeah. Because the next day my dad called me and he was like, hey, Em. And I thought it was like to check in. He was like, yeah, I'm feeling better. And like goes off about him. And I was like, Dad, this was my thing. I did it first. I trailblazed the food poisoning.
Was it contagious?
Well, so then
you had a virus.
and Gabby had violent diarrhea that night.
Oh, no.
So then I'm wondering, sorry, Gabby, if you're listening. Then I'm wondering, because my parents were in the city the day before, and me, them, and John got breakfast at Veselka in the East Village. Delicious. Ukrainian place, Polish, like
you did
pierogies.
That the next morning after you were throwing up?
No, the day before. My parents were in the city and we ate there. And John also told me, he just texted me. John also told me that day when he came home, because then he came home and brought me ice pops and seltzer and
ice
crackers.
Pops.
Yeah,
An ice pop will cure anything.
He stared at me while I threw up and was like, oh. No, but then he like really took care of me and it was nice. And he stayed up till 3 a.m.
Whoa.
Yeah, very nice.
What a nice dude. God bless John.
God bless John.
Can we just bless John really quick?
John. Should I answer it? Well, let me finish the story.
Yeah.
So then John told me
and then remind me I have to say something.
And remind me I had something after this.
Oh, yeah.
This is good. So, oh my God, I'm grabbing your knee. I'm assaulting you because I need to get this out.
I've been assaulted by doctors all day. You're just another one.
Okay.
I'm used to it.
That's an attitude. That's a new one.
No.
John told me that same day, he was like, Em, that's so funny that you're getting sick. And I was like, yeah, hilarious. And he was like, it's so funny because that was a bad joke.
Wait. Why was it funny you were getting sick?
Because that day he said he was so nauseous and dizzy and took 4 showers because he didn't feel well. And he was writing with his writing partners right now and sent them home. They were here writing and he sent them home.
Wait, didn't everyone get sick that day?
Like, yeah. So then I'm wondering, was it Veselka? Because John didn't feel well, but he didn't get sick. He just really didn't feel well. And then my mom and dad were throwing up and I was violently throwing up.
And then the next day I'm throwing up.
Yeah, and that freaked me out. And someone else, I heard about like 3 other instances of like sickness.
Throwing up.
Something was in the air. And I'm not kidding you though. Next day, I was so fucking skinny.
That's the best. I wasn't. I gained weight.
From throwing up?
No, like from not being able to work out these past few days. You know what I did? I did a hardcore workout when I had like the worst part of my strep, the worst part of my illness. I thought I could just work it out. I was like, you know what?
And
I'm gonna sweat it out.
See, this is the shit. This is like, I feel like this is actually the only way I can get mad at you.
I did insanity.
What? Like, I never get mad at you, like, because I just don't. Because
and why would you?
Yeah, because
why would you?
We have a low maintenance friendship, and I like, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the only time, well, now I'm going to get mad at you for something else. I think the only time I could really get mad at you, and I have gotten mad at you recently.
Yeah.
Aside from when you told me you didn't like me in middle school.
I know. You needed to hear it though.
I did.
Social climber.
Yes.
Social ladder climber.
Yes. Bitch. Total bitch.
Total
fake
cunt.
as hell.
Cunt.
Two-faced. A mirror of a person. Reflecting what I want people to see of me.
Keep going. She's got more.
I felt like I really had to explain it. I'm throwing up
What do you
metaphors.
think of yourself, Em?
I'm throwing them up.
What do you think of yourself, Em?
That was the cutest little laugh you did after your own joke. Wow.
Oh, it's turning so cute.
It is. Okay. Enough said.
Okay.
And I'm still grabbing your knee.
I love it though, Em. I love it.
Good.
So much.
Good.
Keep grabbing me.
You're
Giving me a lot of good
Well, what I
energy.
wanted to tell you was the only time I can
What
get
did
mad
you
at
wanna
you
tell me?
is when you don't take care of yourself and you tell me that you're going to do a workout when you like threw up the day before and like you push yourself so hard. You don't sleep. You don't rest. You do so much for other people. You let people stay at your house too long. You serve other people. You drive people places. You drive here for God's sake.
No
like
boundaries.
you really have no boundaries.
I
and
have no boundaries.
I think the worst one for me is when you tell me you're going to do a workout when you're not feeling well. And I'm like,
she gets mad about the workout
because it's like, well, then I also get annoyed because I'm like, I'm not going to be able to hang out with you because you're going to be like dying.
I think people are going to relate to this though, because there's a lot of people like this.
No, I know, and I get that way, but you are extreme.
You get like that too.
I do, but it's more for the attention, I think, to show people like, look, I'm such a workout girl. But like, I'll do like, should I run? Like, I think I need to, right?
But I always think, I'll Google it before.
I'm just going to answer John real quick. Sorry.
I'll Google it before and I'm like, can you do cardio with a sinus infection? Can you do burpees with a sinus infection? And if it says yes, you bet your bottom dollar I'm doing it.
Well, a sinus infection, I think, is different.
I did not think that I had strep for the third time.
Yeah.
There is no,
or
I was like,
raging
there's
UTI.
no way I got strep again. And I didn't even have a sore throat.
I wonder if you're becoming a carrier.
Well, you know what they told me?
What?
They told me that I'm colonized with strep throat and that I am a carrier. So I blamed this other guy. I blamed this other guy. I told him, I was like, you're a carrier. I've been in contact with a carrier before. And I know that you're a carrier.
Well, there was that one time freshman year when you got strep like 6 times in 1 month.
I had mono. But
are you okay?
I don't know.
Like, is something else going on here?
I don't know.
Because to have all like 7 of those illnesses at once worries me.
She might have something. I got blood tests today for Lyme's disease. I don't go outside like that though. I don't think a tick got me.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a deer tick anywhere near me.
What really amazes me is that you could have so many diseases and still be convinced that you were coming in and recording the podcast. Like that you literally just like thought that you could human condom it and just get rid of
your show. I was ready to come to.
And you thought you were going to come to my show.
And then my body, I got to the car and I was like, whoa, I can't even walk right now.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know how to walk anymore.
I know. And I think I literally would have been more mad at you if you came to my show.
Well, because I would have been
sick.
I would have been no fun.
Yeah.
I would have been no fun.
My parents came to the show.
I know. It was the last show of the summer.
It was the last show. Better Days is closing.
Wait, Better Days is that was the weird text you got.
What?
Remember the last? They were like,
yeah,
and we didn't understand. They were
weird about booking my next date, and then I was like, I have a feeling. Actually, John called it. He was like, I bet they're closed because they told me they were closing for the summer, and he was like, I bet it's for longer than the summer.
Why would they close down?
Because they don't do great business, and then every event or like people they have who do shows there, they have to pay them. And like, it's not like the bar does amazing at my show, but they still have to pay me. Like,
I think the bar does amazing at your show.
but not. And then after me, there's a live band that they have to pay. And it's like, what money are they making? And then in the summer, everybody leaves and they were like, we're just going to go. They've closed before temporarily. And I think it's just
to see the new place that you start performing at.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be.
That's going to be amazing.
I have to find a new venue. I'm taking the summer off from the show.
Good.
But I have to find a new venue.
You'll have a lot of new good content.
I hope so, yeah.
That'll
I
be
hope I have a lot of
amazing.
new songs. My piano teacher came to the show.
Oh my gosh. That
Yeah.
piano teacher was in the stars for you.
Yes.
You were meant
Did
to
I
meet her.
explain
Your
ever?
Uber driver.
I did.
Your Uber
The
driver.
woman I met in the lift.
I was a lift.
I met her in a lift line.
Wow.
And now she's my piano teacher. And she came to the show and she was like, because I said when I was singing, I was like, I hope this doesn't ruin our relationship because my lyrics are so filthy.
Oh my God, I just got so excited because I realized that I have $500 off my rent this week. I'm just so excited I just thought about it. I have to talk
Wait,
about it.
what?
$500 off my rent this month.
Why?
Because Gabby and Michael were using my card for a whole year on Amazon Video, and they were just buying like $20 movies, and I didn't
And never
notice.
told you?
And then I go on their Amazon account, and I just see it's my card, and I'm like, I'm not paying for this. So I get to go to Portugal instead, save my rent money and go to
That's
Portugal.
so dope.
Yeah, keep going with what you were saying. No, what I said was more interesting.
Yeah, you
I
beat
don't
me.
have to pay for rent, really.
That's really nice.
amazing.
That's great.
so amazing.
Yeah, that must feel good.
It feels really good. I'm back on Hinge again. What do you think
Didn't
about
we just
that?
talk about the fact that you're not going to go on dates?
I know. I'm back on Hinge, and there was one guy.
If you have another spin out with a guy,
No. I'm not. There was one guy, and he reminded me of, we're not going to say his name, but the relationship that we talked about in the last podcast.
oh,
There was one guy, and I just see in his bio that it says things I strongly dislike, and it said liberals. And I'm like, this guy is,
oh my God.
and I'm like, this guy is so cute. He like he's a painter, so you would think liberal, right? Like artist liberal.
Yeah.
He makes murals. And then I was talking to him for a little bit. I was like, oh, you hate liberals? And he was like, yeah, there's nothing I hate more than
Wait.
baby killers.
shut the fuck
And he's like,
up.
do you want to go on a date?
Wait,
and I was
can
like,
I see him? Do you have your phone?
Yeah. I was like, no, you're literally my father. I was like, you're literally my father.
He's literally your father?
He was so cute. He had all these tats. You would
No
never
one is
think-
good looking to me if they say
No,
that.
he
like
wasn't,
instantly
he
they become
wasn't
ugly.
good looking anymore after
me
he
see.
said that. I'm getting it. Hold on,
Okay.
it's loading.
I'm impatient.
It's loading.
I
Can't even believe there's people like that out there.
can't either. Baby killers?
Baby killers. And you know what I was going to say?
You just know.
I was going to say, sorry, I can't make the date because I'm recovering from an abortion.
Oh my God. Why would you say that?
I just wanted to say that. I didn't say it, but I was tempted. tempted.
There's a better thing to say than that.
I'm recovering from my abortion that I just got.
Oh my God.
Can't make it. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, why is it taking so long?
I love
here-
how you just don't care.
What do you mean, me?
Yeah, because that's like quite a thing to say, but it's awesome.
But
that you just
it's
would.
also quite a thing for him to say in his
baby
bio.
killers. Yeah, and that he doesn't like liberals. Actually,
Danny. Oh my God, I used.
I've
his
seen
name,
people
but
say
should
the
I?
opposite. Worst idea I've ever had: posting this mirror selfie. Ew, Sophia, he would have like beat you up.
He would have beat me up.
You want to see?
We're gonna
Pete?
show you him.
We'll show you Pete.
We're gonna show
But
you.
okay, so he's got like light brown hair and a full beard. He is attractive. I'll say that.
He's attractive.
He's attractive.
He's really attractive.
He looks like he could pick you up and just pin you against the wall.
And I want that.
He's 6'3".
Not from him though.
See, but he puts in his profile conservative. And he's got so many tattoos, which is hot. But
So hot to me. You know I love that.
I know he kind of looks like one of your exes. I'm not going to say who. The one before
V?
the last one. Yeah.
Oh
if
my
he was like a
gosh.
little more like,
Buff.
yeah. And a little less baby face. Okay. Fact about me that surprises people. I work in a construction union in the city as well while balancing my mural painting business. Peep the Instagram. You would think he's such a good guy. Pet peeves.
You would never
Cheap
know.
people. Not frugal. Cheap. and liberals.
You would never know.
You would never know. He's locally sourced farm to table. He's painting a wall for a farm to table place.
This dude does not seem like he would be a conservative. And would make the statement to say that he hates liberals.
You just know that when someone posts something like that, he actually doesn't know what he's talking about and probably couldn't defend any issue. If someone's like, I can't stand like baby killing sissy liberals, it's like, oh, you don't know anything. You couldn't defend yourself in any argument.
Wait, this is a fun conversation with Nicholas. He said, so this is Nicholas's
This is
page.
someone else?
This is someone else's. And he put, do you agree or disagree that dating is like pushing your tray along in a cafeteria? Nothing looks good, but you know you have to pick something by the time you reach the cashier.
Who's the cashier in this metaphor? The Grim Reaper?
So I said, or you never have to. This is just a big riddle, and it's so much fun. I said, or you never have to pick anything at all.
That's the fun of it.
How hot is that?
That is hot.
Then he says, Sophia, you are spot on there. Finally, someone gathers the true meaning. Nicholas, I know everything.
Oh my God.
And then he says, oh, is that so?
So many
Can you
dot, dot,
prove that,
dots.
Sophie? I know. I feel like we're sending each other riddles. And I said, I could. I think I've already started. What do you know?
Oh, see, okay. I used to have Hinge convos like this where it's like just so meta that at a certain point it's like, I don't even,
Then I got
we're not even
bored.
talking about anything here.
And he said, haha, you are on the way. Long way to go, though, dear.
Like to what? Like that convo.
I stopped answering.
That convo literally started on the phone and then floated up to the clouds and you waved bye convo.
Yeah,
And it went away like a balloon.
There's so many other conversations. I have plans to make a documentary with this man that I never met in Budapest.
Yeah.
We're gonna do
You're gonna
that.
make a documentary,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna do that. I mean, it's fun.
Hinge was only successful for me.
Oh, you met your
gay.
Yeah, you met your gay lover.
My
on
gay
Hinge.
lover on Hinge.
Yeah.
Who now has a girlfriend. Good for her.
Good for her. God
Makes me feel really good
bless.
because I
God bless, God
broke the
bless.
shit out of her heart.
Oh my God, you were a really
My
tough
biggie.
lesbian.
I was a top. I'm a top.
You're totally a top.
I'm a fuck girl.
I think if I was a lesbian, me and my sister were having this conversation yesterday. If I was a lesbian, I would
I'm not
want,
a lesbian.
No, but like you could be. Like you're a little lesbian. I'm a little lesbian.
I don't think lesbian is like a state of being. I think it's a noun.
But we can all be a little.
I'm a little gay, yeah.
we're a little. But you could be a little
I'm
lesbian.
no, I think it would be I'm a little bit of a lesbian.
I'm a little bit of a lesbian.
Like I'm a little bit of a fucker. Like in that kind of way.
I guess I'm a little bit of a les. I'm a little bit of a les.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit of a les. But I watched lesbian porn last night.
I think most women do like. I think everybody likes lesbian porn.
Absolutely loved it.
That's my favorite. Gangbang lesbian porn. You kidding me?
And we were listening to our last podcast, and I realized that I actually never got the womanizer.
That I told you I had for you, but now I just gave it to you.
Now I just got it, so I'm gonna watch lesbian porn with the womanizer.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna have a good old time.
That sounds like a
A
blast.
good old time.
Enjoy it. Let me know how it is.
Thank you so much.
I
You handed me like God.
know it's actually like genuinely the best vibrator.
Oh my God, I'm so
like
excited.
it just sucks on your clitoris.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
really
I'm gonna
good.
write it a wonderful review after I use it.
You should. You should be like, guess who sent me?
No, I will.
Emily Wilson.
I will.
Because then maybe they'll sponsor me again.
Why don't they sponsor you anymore?
I don't know. We just haven't like done a thing together in a while. I could reach out if I wanted to, I guess.
you should reach out. Get all the
Yeah.
womanizers you can.
I know. I just don't want to keep doing those like man on the street videos. I feel like I've done so many of those, and if that's what they want me to do again, I just
That's what
don't.
you had to do in order to get the womanizer.
Well, that was like my pitch to them of
Yeah.
like I could do this for X amount of money, and then that's what I did. But it's like I'm so tired of seeing those videos of me circulate, of like me on the street being like, "Do you know where the clitoris is?" Which is like
It was really good for a jump start on your career.
yeah,
It was.
like I totally got like at least half of my following from Babe, but like I look at that stuff now and I'm like, that's kind of annoying that like a lot of people when they see me and meet me is like, oh, you're that girl.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. Like one of those videos just went like Instagram viral like a month ago. And I got like 1,000 followers from it in one day. Like,
Wait, that's
no joke.
amazing.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like a new splurge of
Wait,
people
on
to
Babe though? They didn't take it down?
no, some like account with 2 million followers on Instagram found the video and reposted it and said like credit Emily Wilt like and tagged me.
That's so kind.
Yeah, that's like Instagram etiquette. And then so they tagged me in it, and all of a sudden I go on my phone and I'm getting like hundreds of followers at once.
Oh my gosh.
No, obviously it was like instant adrenaline and whatever that word. Dopamine.
And you were just looking at that phone. It's like when you first post a picture on Instagram and you're looking at your phone and you're just like waiting for all the likes to come in.
Except I was refreshing and it was just like everything disappearing, like constant.
The fame that.
But that's bad. It's dangerous. You can't let that. You can't sit in that for too long. You can enjoy it for a second, but then you got to get over it.
I have like 850 followers and it's already gotten to me.
Yeah, you can't let it.
That's literally all I have. And I
don't have that. If you look at it in the scope of things, I have like 6,000 followers.
Oh, you're gonna say that to me?
I honestly think
I said I have 850, and Emily goes, I have 6,000. That's a difference.
I know it's a difference, but like in the scope of it, like if I had once you get over 10,000,
hold my leg again. Thank you. Thanks.
Now we're connected.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry I yelled at you.
Yeah, don't ever.
I'm sorry
yell
I rubbed my followers in your face.
Don't ever yell at me like that again.
I won't.
I won't
do it.
Don't do it.
Anyway. They all loved that video, and I was kind of like, "Oh no, follow me because of who I am now."
But you're still that person.
I'm still that girl, just a different version. I don't know.
I'm not a narcissist anymore.
I'm not. I'm very like anti-narcissism these days, or anti like 2019 millennial narcissism of like I am amazing. I'm just like not into that anymore. As an affirmation in private,
there's more substance to you now. There's more substance to you.
I guess so, yeah. I really think like I just like outgrew that version of myself where I was like loving being like every morning I was like, I am amazing. I am so great. I am so funny. I just thought that by like affirming that every day and like people always complimenting me that like it would help me, but in reality it made me constantly think about myself. And then I started talking to people and only thought about like what they're thinking about me in this moment and like these DMs I'm getting to my story and like who's watching my story, and when someone replies to it I'm like, oh my god, another compliment. Like it's an illness.
It's so unhealthy. You know what? I think from being actually physically ill these past few days, I've just been thinking about getting better and all the things I'll do once I'm fully 100% again.
And what are they?
And it's just, like I'm just going to think about the things that I want to do, you know? Like I'm not going to worry about everyone else and what everybody thinks of me. I'm not going to go on my Instagram and need all that justification. I'm just going to do what I need to do to feel better.
I love that and I endorse that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wasn't doing that. I was doing the follower app.
I know, we talked about it.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so unhealthy to see what can happen to you when all you think about is yourself. Yeah. And like you think you really are so amazing, because nobody is that fucking amazing. Like the amount that I tried to like human condom my happiness was like insane. It's like, hey, you're actually gonna feel way more whole if you allow some sadness in and let life happen to you and experience it and let yourself experience pain and self-doubt and be embarrassed about something, regret something, feel ashamed of, like, it's so human to have those emotions. Like, how gross would it be if you were just this like plastic doll that never felt anything negative? That's it. That's what it all comes back to.
And that's why, so this past week, I stopped doing my affirmations. I stopped doing everything that I was doing because I was mad.
All because
I was mad at my body.
Yeah.
I was like, are you fucking kidding? I was like, I do everything right. I've been like doing my affirmations. I've been meditating. I've been drinking, which isn't good, but I was like not even thinking about that. I was like, I've been doing everything that's healthy for myself. Why am I so sick? So I stopped doing affirmations, stopped working out because I was mad, but I'm going to get back into it. It's not normal to always be like, not everything's always going to be positive. You know?
Right. And there has to be a balance. Obviously you want more positive than negative, but you can't be like, fuck it, I'm not going to do any of the things that I was doing to help myself anymore. But you also can't, I don't know. I just think like being one way or the other is not healthy. And it's like everybody has their own pH in their body of like,
oh yeah.
Everyone
you know what I mean?
has
their own pH.
Their own mental pH. And I think mine for too long was so leaning positive that I just went through like a breakdown where I quit everything and I was like, oh my God, I'm not this perfect person. I'm not. And then all these DMs of people like telling me how funny I was. Like, I can't be that person for these people. People DMing me saying like, you're the best part of my day. I'm going through such a hard time. I need you.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't bear this responsibility. I can't like.
That's a lot.
And feeling like I wasn't worth that, which I guess is like, if I ever want to actually be famous, like get used to that.
Get used to it.
But I just felt like I was believing what they were saying of like, I am this like God to these people. And it's just so gross.
It grows your ego
Your
for
ego
sure.
inflates so much.
Yeah. Well, my mental pH is definitely acidic.
We hit an hour?
Really?
Wow.
Wait, that flew by. Well, let me say this.
Okay.
My mental pH is definitely acidic because I have candida all over my body.
What's candida?
Yeast. And yeast comes from an acidic body.
You have an acidic body.
My pH is acidic. Which is that negative?
No.
Fuck.
Is it?
So what does that mean?
Acidic? It's
I don't
sour.
know what it's a sour puss.
But you're not a sourpuss.
I'm not a sour puss, but I am actually a sour puss.
Like your puss is actually sour, but your mental pH is not sour.
Yeah. My mental pH is maybe alkaline.
I mean, acid is acid makes things
Here
happen.
we are back in Mrs. Soodle's science class.
You need acid to have a healthy stomach. One thing, okay, I'm gonna say
we just want to be neutral
or a little off. It's okay to be a little off.
A little off,
right?
Not too much.
I want to. There was something bigger I wanted to talk about, but it's like kind of too
You're
big
really
to get into
caressing
it.
yourself today.
Am I?
You're caressing
I'm so
me.
exposed today. I'm in a tube top.
I love it. Emily looks amazing. I just have to say.
Thank you.
For those who are listening and not watching, Emily looks amazing today. She threw up a ton.
I know, and I bubble in my throat.
I don't even
know
notice.
how I feel about that.
I don't even notice. But you just look amazing. Your skin, your
Thank
body,
you, Sophia.
your
Thank
tube
you.
top.
I got a lot of sun this weekend, which I think is good for my psoriasis.
Well, I don't even see psoriasis.
Well, I hide it, but
No, I don't
I
even
think
see
it's
psoriasis.
good for it. I think it's good for it.
My gosh.
Yeah,
Looking
I
amazing.
feel replenished. I feel like we still haven't even caught up on everything we need to catch up
There's
on.
so much to catch up on.
Because I haven't seen you in so long.
I know. It's been like a week and like almost 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But now we're going to get more regular now that we're not throwing up and...
No, I'm never
having-
going to get sick like this again. I'm actually doing a 1 month no drinking cleanse, but in Portugal, I'm going to drink a little bit.
I think you should.
It's going to be for the
time.
I'm going to have maybe a couple glasses and I'm not going to feel bad about it.
You shouldn't feel bad about
I'm just
it.
not going to make it a thing. Like,
Yeah.
Like I think
Be conscious, but
it's
not...
hard though. It's everywhere, isn't it?
It is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Alcohol is everywhere.
Especially when
in
you're
the summer too. Oh my God, alcohol is everywhere.
especially when you're social, you like at work, you work right next to a liquor store and everyone's like, I mean, hair salons, you know?
Yeah.
If you work in a hair salon, you get it.
You get it.
It's just everyone's taking shots in the back.
Yeah, I mean, how else do you deal with assholes?
It's like you got to wake up early and you got to leave late. What else are you going to do if you want to stay happy? Got to be honest.
You gotta drink it
but
away.
today was a Fiji day.
Today was a Fiji water day. Today was a Guffanti day. We had
Guffanti day.
Guffanti Brunette cheese as we did the podcast, which I think is appropriate.
Amazing.
Pete, how do you think this episode was? 2 thumbs up.
Two thumbs up? Okay, good.
I think so too. I think it was a little like we had to take care of some business.
No, we definitely had to take care of some business. We had to talk about
some more serious stuff.
It wasn't as goofy as last time.
But that's okay.
It's not always going to be goof auntie.
Cause
It's just going to be goof auntie.
and there's the goof.
And that's it.
And there's the goof. Yeah.
But we always come back.
We always come right
We're
back.
always going to come back.
We're always gonna come back to
Yeah.
it. All right.
We're like literally drenched. The couch
The
is
couch
drenched.
is sopping wet and it's velvet, which
The
is
couch is drenched.
I kept getting up because I was like, my sweat is like showering this couch.
Oh my gosh.
If you feel the bottom of my thigh, feel it. Feel how hot it is.
My pants are feel my pants. Soaking wet.
Yeah, feel the bottom of my thigh.
Slippery.
No, no, hot.
No, it's slippery too.
You're tickling me.
It's hot. It's slippery. It's Guffanti Brunettes.
It's Guffanti Brunettes. Thank you so much for listening to Guffanti Brunettes.
Oh my gosh! Thanks for listening to us, bitch. Thanks for letting Emily just like talk her bitch ass off.
Talk my bitch ass off.
She's such a bitch ass.
And yeah, oh my God, I am a bitch ass with negative energy. That's not how I want to end this.
No,
that's not how I want to end this.
No. Cut that out.
No, leave it in because we're honest.
Yeah, we're
here
honest.
on Guffanti Brunettes. We're honest.
We're actually never gonna cut anything out.
No,
even if we want to, we won't do it because this is a real podcast.
This is a real podcast.
Yeah.
You get the realest from us.
The realest from us.
Well, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. I love you, Faye. I love you, Pete.
I love you, Goat. Pete. I love you, Em.
Pete showing us a heart.
I love you, Guffanti Brunettes.
We love Guffanti Brunettes. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.